All right, let's brighten this up because clearly I'm not completely seen in this. If you see the TV in the background, I am currently binging Merlin. I said that so weirdly, but I'm currently binging Merlin. So that's like a. Why does this shirt look so pink in photos and stuff? This shirt looks so pink. It's not pink though. It's actually like coral orange. But I guess sometimes it looks more orange and other times it looks more pink. I don't know. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? Hey, legend. Oh, thank you. Oh, not even close. Not even close. I feel like a legend, though. I feel like I'm dead because I don't post that much. But tomorrow you got some videos coming. I got a couple of requests, and some people sent me some DMs. I'm like, I didn't even know anybody really followed me on Instagram from there. Like, there's only a few people I know of like that actually follow me on Instagram from my YouTube channel, but there's not that many. So I'm just like, okay. um, but anyway. So how's everybody doing? I got a few new videos. Okay, don't shade me, okay? I know. Oh, you can actually see the hair a little bit. I don't know if anybody, because it's very, very subtle. I did not do like a crazy color this time around. I dyed my own hair this time, but I didn't dye it completely. Like I just mostly focused on the tips because I just wanted to get rid of the blonde. It was starting to really look annoying and disgusting. So if you do follow me on social media on Instagram, then you will see that post. I did it this morning, actually. Yeah, I just did it this morning. I'm eventually probably going to end up cutting it, though, because there's been a little bit of breakage and damage. And so I have to get that together and start over. I'm going to start over. I'm going to probably do something different with it, grow it out a different way this time around. I don't know yet, but I'm going to figure it out. As I go, I'll figure it out. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But we'll see. I'm probably going to end up doing a dye again, but just when it's shorter. Tell me you reacted to Normani tribute on Janet, please, please, please. No, I actually watched it on my own time because somebody sent me the video, and once I got into it, I couldn't stop. So I did not react to it. I did see it though, and it was good. She did the pleasure principle. Oh, it was so cute. I loved it. It was good. It was really good. And people were like, "Oh, she's lip syncing." I'm like, even if she is, I mean, it is a very like, it's a very like into it. Dan, like even Janet Jackson herself does not sing that song live. A lot of her songs she doesn't. We're not gonna go there though. But yeah, no, the vocals sounded really good, and we know that her vocals usually do now, like especially now more than ever, they sound very clear when she's singing live, and so I don't even know. I think though, I think there was backing track though. I think there was backing track because I don't it just seemed like it was really just too clear. Like there was no type of breathing or anything. So I'm just like, okay, girl, come on, you don't have Beyonce level breath control yet. You're getting there, you're getting there. She was live. She was. Well, let me know because I don't know. I only saw what I saw and I heard what I heard. Love Lies is tied. Yes, I know. Love Lies just hit number 9 today. Knocked out God is a Woman. Take that, Ariana. Anyway, I'm kidding though. Oh, somebody. Okay. Yeah, no. So Love Lies is in the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Hello. I even commented on the actually one of my friends just liked my comment on Normani's post, and I said, what did I say? Let me get my words right. I said, steady climbs are the best because they last longer. Come on through. Like that's what I always believed, is that a steady climb is always the best because then you know that it's like it's gonna last. It's a genuine thing, and that you worked really, really hard to get there from nothing. That's why when some like some celebrities come up out of nothing, like out of all of a sudden, and it's like just there are like in like months time they're like at millions and millions of followers on social media, or like they're everywhere all of a sudden. I'm just like, that's kind of dangerous because you can fall just as quickly as you climb. So a steady climb, yeah, you want it to be like a parabola. You don't want to be like linear. You don't want it to be like that. If it hits top 5, I think it should be discounted and promoted heavily. Yeah. I saw the footage from Janet's live, from her IG live, and I did know that, like, I heard stuff, but I just didn't, you don't make the connection too much because the backing track was actually up very, very loud, and so when it's like that, it's like, is she or is she not? And so you kind of have to, I don't know, use your own discretion at that point. But anyway, so today is the 4th. 9, 4, 8, 1. It's beat day. Today is Beyonce's birthday. I had planned to do something like actually up there for Beyonce's birthday. Like I plan to like actually, all my plans are always ruined because of the way that my life is constructed. So it's just happy birthday, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams. Isn't her birthday in July? She's a Cancer. What is the joke here? I don't think I get the joke. I don't know about that. Anyway, so yeah, it's Beyonce. What even is this Beyonce? In what universe? Hold on. I'm like a mess right now. So yeah, so it's Beyonce's birthday. She is how old this year? Is he she's 37, right? 37. I think she's 37. I'm like losing my mind. But yeah, how's she getting up there? Happy birthday, Beyonce. Yes, Queen B, it's her birthday. We are not worthy. No, I'm kidding. But there's been a lot of love, obviously. She is Beyonce doesn't interact with her fans. She's so annoying. Oh my god. She does interact with her fans, but not as much as like a lot of these other people do because they actually need to do it. With Beyonce, she leaves it for her concert. Like she does interact with her fans during her concerts, but then when they decide to act stupid, like the one guy or actually it was 2 guys who ran up on stage during one of the concerts just recently, it makes it more and more difficult for them to actually like be more open and stuff. This is the reason why we can't have nice things. It's the reason why Beyonce is just like, fuck all of you. I'm not coming out here. It's just, but I mean, let her enjoy her day. She's probably doing so. I don't really. Do I even follow her on Instagram? I follow her, but I never ever really see her that much. I never really see her like her posts much. What's the noise in the background? You're either hearing the dryer. This is so ratchet. You're either hearing the dryer or Justin because he's playing games in the other room. So it's either one of those things. I can never really record without background noise, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's what it is because, yeah, I'm going to probably end up turning that off. Give me a second. Just is so irritating. I'm like splitting this up. Y'all don't need to see the rest of my house. Yes. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Who look good? Oh, me? Oh, thank you. I look a mess today. The only thing that I really did was Oh gosh, I tried to clean up a little bit. The only thing that I have to really do now is mop the floors. But I did like the bathrooms. I didn't really clean up this area that much. It stays like this for the most part. But yeah. But thank you. As we talk about looking good, I wanted to go into our well, the main topic that I wanted to discuss today. Recently, and actually, yeah, recently, actually, was this morning or today. I got into a little, not it wasn't an argument, but it was a little bit of a discussion about kind of image and how um, how some people are very consumed by social media and how people see them on social media and kind of just in general how important image is to most people. Okay, so you do have a lot of people who have become very famous from just posting like photos of themselves, like, ass photos and, really cute face photos and videos and stuff of themselves. And they've become famous because a lot of people, they praise stuff like they worship people who have, the looks, they worship people who look a certain way, who have like a nice body, nice face, all that stuff. And it's caused a lot of people to then get alterations done so that they can have the same level of popularity as the people who, whatever. We have the Black Chinas, the Claremont twins are another one. We have a whole lot of them, and most of them actually do have body alterations, like implants and stuff, to make themselves look like ants, to make themselves look like unnatural, to make themselves look a certain way, and to kind of appease to this beauty standard that a lot of us have. And so then we got into it about how my social media is and how I'm like probably one of the only people who uses my social media to post like funny things and not just the all of his other friends use their social media to like look bad and to look good or whatever you want to say. And I'm just like, I run my social media the way I run my life, completely open and completely true to me. When you go to my social media, you're not just going to see photos of me, appealing to a certain kind of person. You're not going to see me just posting photos of me looking good. Anybody can do that. Anybody can set up their camera, put a whole bunch of filters. Anybody can sit up there and post photos of themselves trying to look good and look sexy and stuff. I don't need to do that because I'm just me. I'm going to post photos of funny moments, funny videos, things that I find funny, things that make me feel good because I want to share that part of me with the rest of the world. So it shouldn't really matter what you're posting to your social media. And then we got into the thing with like Finstas. I have about 3 or 4 friends who have Finstas because they either are too worried about what other people will think of them if they post photos or post videos and memes and stuff on their regular social media. So they have fake social media accounts to post like other things, other stupid things. And I'm just like, why can't you just be like the funny, silly, stupid person on your regular social media? I mean, people, if you lose followers because of that, then I'm sorry, those people were never really with you to begin with. We're so consumed with what people think about us as an image and our image that we don't really stick to, who we actually are. It's like, why are you afraid to let people know that not just, you don't just listen to like the hottest rappers of today, but you also listen to like Lady Gaga and Britney Spears and shoot, Kesha. Like, why are you so worried about what other people do? Sorry, but I want to hear a great voice. I'm not going to keep listening to a bad singer because they look good. Exactly. There is a lot of that too. A lot of singers have come out and have been very mediocre, but because they fit a certain standard of beauty and they have a big following because of that, they automatically then have like, footing into the music industry. And because now these companies are so consumed with just making money and not really caring otherwise, if you have a huge following, you have a higher chance of getting yourself into the music industry than somebody who has a smaller following and maybe just doesn't, and is a lot more talented and actually has musical talent. And so it falls in there too. That is also very true. Social media can be good for forming a following, but it can also be a mess. A lot of celebrities screw themselves over by saying stupid stuff on social media. That's another thing too. A lot of people, they post things that really honestly you shouldn't be posting. They share videos or whatever. One of my favorite, unfortunately, I have to call out Dinah Jane, has done it a lot. Okay, and she's been called out for it every single time I have called her out. uh but people like seem to think that I have a bias towards Dinah. I'm like, no, it's just that when her stuff was going on, I didn't have my channel yet, number one. And number two, it's like once I call it out, then it is what it is, and that's that. I don't continue to bring it up. It's only when other people bring it up do I really address it. Like even with Camila, like her problematic tweets and stuff, I don't ever really talk about it because it's something that has gone by, and whatever. As Choice TV says, delete your Twitter if you think you're trying to get famous. True. If you go through all of that stuff beforehand, and I think I did see that video. If you are somebody who wants to get into the industry and whatever, and you want to be a celebrity, whatever, and you know that you've been problematic, then you need to delete your social media and start from scratch. Now, there are some people who, don't believe that they're being problematic because that's ignorance. Some people are ignorant; they don't know they're being problematic, and so they don't really go back and look at their old tweets and see, like, was this problematic? Did I do something wrong with this? And so then it catches up with them later on because you have people who have nothing else better to do than to sit online and go through your entire Twitter feed. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. With me though, I try to be true to me, and that's the main idea of this. Like, I try to be true to me. I don't ever just post what I think that other people are going to like. I post what makes me feel good, and then by me feeling good about what I post, other people are drawn to it. Like my followers actually jumped up from, because I don't really even care about like the followers that I have on, because I know that I don't really have a big following anywhere really. I mean, this is the biggest following I have on this channel. But on social media, I don't really have a lot of followers. And that's fine to me. Like, as long as like, the people who are following me actually, rock with me, and they actually like me, then I'm okay with only having 291 followers. Now, it jumped from, actually, I went down to 279, and then it jumped up when I posted this photo of me. It jumped up to 290. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, okay, all right, that's fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't really, I'd have no, I have no issue with it. You know what I mean? I really have no issue with people using their social media with that, for that. Fine, but then my thing is, don't try to tell somebody else how they should also run their social media, or that um they post things that that you shouldn't post, or you shouldn't tell somebody else how to run their social media, or it's like telling somebody how they should how they should live their lives, and you just don't do that. So that's like the main idea of that. But I mean, when it comes to social media, yes, it is a blessing and it is also a curse. It is a way for us to connect to one another, connect to people that we are, like-minded people and all of that. But we've also seen the very darker sides of social media. We've seen people get into entire beefs online on social media. We've seen people, say problematic things and then draw other people who share that same problematic rhetoric with them. I mean, we've seen that within the entire Trump administration. We've seen that with when he was running, and he just tweets all day long all of this problematic bull crap, and then other people are drawn to it, and then it makes it sound, it makes it a lot louder in that aspect. Right. But in that way, social media is really bad, but it can also be good if we use it the way that it was meant to be used. It was meant to be used as a platform for people to share information, and for people to, connect to one another, connect to other people all over the world who have the same interests, and it was just supposed to be a good thing for people to share with, to share your personal experiences and stuff with. Um, so it's all of that. But then also, it's become this thing where people can kind of introduce you to whoever they want to. If me myself wasn't trying to be, Justin, hush, please. He's over here yelling at the game. I'm like, go read a book. If I was sitting up here and I was like, perpetrating um some type of like life coach or guru or something, you would see me posting a whole bunch of stuff like that. But I'm not, and so I'm not going to actually put that out there. I'm not going to put that energy out there. If I'm somebody who likes to be silly and fun and likes to laugh and then I also, and on the same hand, like to look good, whatever. I'm gonna be mixed. I'm gonna have mixtures. I'm gonna have like some photos of myself that look really good, and some silly photos. I mean, I have some photos with my friends and things that happened to me in my life. I'll post like something like I just posted my certificate from the copyright office. My songs, all of my songs that I've written like so far, actually not all of them. Some of them were in the last one, but these are the ones that I've written recently. Those ones are all now registered with the copyright office, and I showed that on social media. And it was kind of a way for me to then say, make sure that you, as artists, if you're creating original content, make sure that you copyright all your material, protect your art. It's like stuff like that. And then other people who are also artists, people who are also interested in music, they were drawn to that post, they liked that post, and some of them ended up following me. And that's just the way that social media was intended to be. Sharing your life, sharing your story with other people all over the world, and people who have the same experiences, people who kind of have the same interests, and that's what it's been about. But now it's all about clout. It's all about who can have the most followers, and what you have to do, what you have to post in order to get more followers. It's being extra sexy on camera. It's doing this and doing that, and only really showing one side of yourself to everyone, and not every part of you. And you don't have to show everything. I'm not saying like post every single, like document every single piece of your life, but don't be so one dimensional that you're only like showing like one part, like the part that's like really, really good. Don't be afraid to show the bad too, because then it might help somebody else too who's going through maybe the same issues, or maybe somebody who's struggling with something. Don't be afraid to do that. Even when I posted my little snippet of Titanium, I shared a little story about my voice, about sometimes feeling like insecure about my voice, sometimes and then also the issues going on with my voice, and all the tones and all the issues and stuff like that. So it's just, I would say, once in your reaction video, I got into it with this person hating on the girls because of Camila. You said something to us and I stopped answering hate comments. Thank you. Oh yeah, okay, just give me a second. I'm leaving again. As I continue to leave. No. Yes. Because I want to, Justin. Justin, don't talk. This ant came up here. Justin, stop doing that, please. I mean, how do you not think? Who else is it going to be? There's nobody else in the house but me and you, so it's not me, so it's obviously you. What would it? Shh. Hush. Okay. Sorry. I forgot my tea on the counter, and so I needed that because my throat was like dry. Okay. So back to that. I forgot what I even said. Sometimes I get into like my SWJ. Oh wait, no, SJW. I said SWJ. SJW mode, and I don't like a whole bunch of arguing in the comments, mostly because, like, it's supposed to be open discussion. There's a difference between like a discussion and argument. Yes, they're kind of like, they're kind of synonyms, but at the same time it's like, to me there's a lot more negativity within an argument because there's actual anger behind it. I like to think of what we do on this channel more of like discussion, and like nobody's upset, nobody's mad. We're just explaining our sides of things, and coming to, and coming to like an agree to disagree situation. Um, but mm, I think I just like spilled some. See, like on this channel, like nobody like. Yeah, some things are serious, but most of the time it's not serious. Nothing that is serious. When I do these reviews, I'm having fun with it. I'm not like being like malicious, because everybody has flaws. It's not like I'm perfect. But when I see something, I call it out. And that's like something that, what the hell? What is in here? Okay. I think one of the leaves like got into the tea, and I think I just drank it. Okay. Uh but yeah, so just do what you want to do with your social media at the end of the day. You know, it doesn't matter what other people like say, what other people do, what other people think that, whatever like people's ideas of what social media should be. Come up with your own idea of how you want to run your social media. As long as it's not hurting anybody else, I mean, it's acceptable. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I thought it would take me a lot longer to reach like the actual point, but it did not. So yeah. I'm a mess. Yeah. You can actually see it. I'm like surprised you can actually see it. It's like very, very faint, but you can see it. It's very subtle. I like it though. Um oh, thank you. I went from 30 channels to 4, and you're my number one. I like real channel with great discussions. Yeah, the thing is, you get a lot of these other like channels that have so many more followers and subscribers than I do. And when I go to watch their videos and they can react to the same video as I do, they might, have some good insight or input or whatever. But then in the end, I'm left with like just kind of, I don't know, wanting more. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. But then, they've gotten like a lot of subscribers from doing it. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they look a certain way. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's that, because to be honest, uh, most of them don't look like anything either. If we're being completely honest. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Eventually, eventually I'll get to where I want to be. But until then, we're doing a steady climb. I don't really care that I'm not at like 5,000 subscribers already. I don't care about that. I care about making like making meaningful relationships. That's why I come on live so often, because I want a chance to actually have like an open discussion about certain situations and about whatever, with the people who have followed me this entire time. Usually it's the same people coming on lives, unless I'm talking about something that's like really like that really draws people in. But I mean, it is what it is. When I post certain videos, I see like the reception. I see like a lot of people who come forward. What was the last one that I did? It was the body count remix. There were people who had a lot to say. There were some people who didn't like Normani's verse on body count, and they were saying like, oh, whatever, I didn't feel like she really did that. She used to be like bubblegum pop, and now all of a sudden she's trying to be edgy. And I'm like, I explained in so many words. I was like, we didn't really even know who Normani was. In Fifth Harmony, she's pretty much overshadowed by all the other girls, pretty much. We never really got to see too much of her. All we really saw was her performance, how she was the best dancer, and how she was the one with like the best stage presence, and it was effortless for her. We saw that in our life, but we didn't really get a chance to get a look into her mind, and where her thought process is, and what her actual musical interests were. Now we're finally getting to see that, and some people are like, oh, this doesn't have anything to do, like, this is nothing like Fifth Harmony. And of course it's not going to be anything like Fifth Harmony, because I mean, even in their last album, Fifth Harmony was still pretty lax. Like, they could have done so much more with that album. Even now we've like heard like a couple of like leak tracks and stuff that could have been put on that album in place of songs like Sauced Up. Like, we really honestly didn't need a couple of songs on that album, or even like added like a couple like bonus tracks or something. Most of the channels liked everything. Didn't matter how bad the performance was, but you're real with your responses. Yeah, well, I mean, how can I not be? The thing is, it's like, we're all human, and we all have reactions to things. Like, we all like, have different opinions. And when people like, when I see a performance and it's just not good, I'm not gonna be like, ugh. What did I miss? Hey, Tiana. We're Well, we were talking about we started with Beyonce. We started with that. Then we went into like social media, kind of how social media works, and how people sometimes like are so consumed with their image on social media that they don't, like, kind of disregard everything else, and stuff like that. Also, right now we're talking about like reaction channels. We're talking about channels in general who kind of like praise everything. Blinded by the artist. I mean, I guess you can say that they're blinded by the artist, but in my opinion, I feel like they're more blinded by the possible fame that they can get by praising an artist. When you get a whole bunch of people who follow an artist and they want to see, like, people are dismissive of opinions that are not theirs. And I've noticed that. I had to work on that because I used to be very dismissive of other people's opinions that were not mine. That if they didn't share, the same opinion as me, I had a problem with it. So it took a little bit of growing up, and it does take, sometimes it does take some growing up. Sometimes it does take some like self-realization to know that, your opinion is not the only one that matters. Everybody's opinion matters. It's just a matter of agreeing to disagree. Let the other person kind of come and share their piece without you getting upset about it, and then going in and being like, okay, well, this is how you feel. This is why I feel the way I feel, and then you can come to an understanding in that way. But don't be dismissive. And I don't like when people are dismissive of other people, because then it's just pretty much like you just want your own opinion to matter and nobody else's. It's just not how life works. It's just not how the world is. We all are different, and we all have different opinions, and we should be able to share them openly. I mean, as long as it's not hurting another person, I feel like it doesn't really matter. I think there are also some people who just watch it and don't say anything. So I think they are trying to get big by pumping out a bunch of reaction videos. That is true. Excuse me. That is very true. There are a lot of people on here that I've watched. Like, when I was first starting my channel, I did take a look at a lot of the other reaction channels, and I would notice that like they wouldn't say much of anything, but oh, that was a good performance, or wouldn't say much of anything at all. Like, they wouldn't say anything at all, and just be like, comment, subscribe. I'm just like, are you gonna tell us how you felt about it? Are you gonna tell us like if it was good or bad? Did you like it? Did you, what about it? Did you like or dislike? Like, come on, like, give me something. Like, no type of personality, no type of anything. Somebody had the nerve to tell me that I was boring. I'm like, okay, then you clearly have not seen any of my videos. Granted, a lot of my earlier videos, I wasn't all that like, comfortable in front of the camera yet. So yeah, some of my earlier videos were a little bit awkward or whatever. And I wouldn't say too much, but my discussions would still be real. And later on, yeah, I became a lot more comfortable in front of the camera, and I do that, you know. But to be honest, for somebody to call me boring, I was just like, next. I was just like, next. No, no. There's not one person in my life who tells me that I'm boring. Not one. Um, so I know that that's not true. A lot of people, a lot of Camille songs are awful. I just don't get it. I wonder if something's wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with your ears. You just have an opinion about her music. To be honest, if I'm being honest, a lot of her, I really don't like a lot of her songs. Like she has a song right now that plays in the store that I work at. I was just like, every time I hear it, I'm just like, no, just another song on the radio. Most of her songs sound like everything else on the radio, and so that's the reason why I'm not drawn to it. It's not like a Love Lies. Like you're not hearing a song like Love Lies all the time on the radio. You're not, and so I'm so happy that it's actually reached in the top 10 on Billboard because they're like all the other songs that share like that are up there are disposable. I listen to you talk because you tell the truth and are not blinded by other artists. I'm not because I don't care who you are. Like you could be my favorite artist, and you guys know that when I have reviewed Fifth Harmony, and they're one of my like they were one of my favorite artists. When I reviewed Faith Harmony, I was very very honest about the way that I felt about certain performances, and if somebody was off, if somebody was doing something they shouldn't have been doing, if somebody was off the choreography, if something was like that, I would call it out, and I would get like dragged all over the place um, by being honest and like, oh, you're not a real harmonizer and all this stuff. I'm like, yes, I'm a real harmonizer because I know when to call them out on BS. If they're like showing us BS, I'm gonna call it out because I want them to be the greatest. Okay, and that's just what you do. And so I'm just like, those are the kinds of things that this channel was meant to be about. It's meant to be about honesty and not really like conforming to what everybody else says about whatever about art. Um, unpopular opinions. Now, somebody called. How long is your tell us you're not blind? Yeah, but you know what? Anyway, I'm sorry. I got like sidetracked by this by my friend sending me a message. um but yeah, I mean it is what it is. I am never going to be dishonest about how I feel about something. Just like Sam Smith wasn't dishonest about the fact that he doesn't like Michael Jackson. Oh, but yep, we weren't going to talk about that, but now that we're getting into that little, unpopular opinion thing, let's talk about Sam Smith. Let's talk about the fact that he up here talking like I don't know how recent that was, but I recently just saw a video about that. I know it's probably old news, but can we talk about the fact that Sam Smith really actually out there said that like he doesn't like Michael Jackson? He's like, I don't like Michael Jackson, but I like that song and I know that song. I'm like, um, you didn't see it? I think it was who was it? Who was he with? He was with I think he was with Adam Lambert. Was it Adam Lambert? It was one of the other queens. I don't know who it was, but he was with them on a boat and he was talking and they were saying, stuff about, Michael Jackson's song was playing. And he had the nerve to say, "Oh, I don't like Michael Jackson, but I like that song." And I'm like, no, not when like your whole career, like had not when one of the biggest influences of your music can be actually copied from Michael Jackson, his career. Like, no, 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 not when you're sitting up here like taking from Black culture and using it and doing R&B music and stuff. No, I don't think so. At least he's honest, I guess. Yeah, he's honest, but at the same time, he has a lot of music that kind of mirrors a lot of Michael Jackson's, like, his slow jams, like his R&B music. Like a lot of the stuff is very similar. And so it boggles the mind. And even Stephanie Mills, Stephanie Mills don't play. She called him out too. I was just like, you don't want her. But I wasn't offended by that just because he's allowed to have an opinion, I guess. I wasn't offended. It's just like it's weird like I'm just like you don't like Michael Jackson, but your whole career, like you yeah, all right. Anyway, but I mean, I don't have a real problem. It's just I just don't know. Like it's just weird. It was just weird to me. I was like, okay, next, I guess. I don't know. It's okay. But Adam knew he was being messy. He knew people would call him out. Adam was being messy as hell. But I'm here for it. Mm. I just purchased a lovely tea mug. Oh, I can't wait till it gets here because I'm gonna be sipping tea out of it. But I also want to get some mugs for myself, like Christian Lamar. Like I need to get some merchandise. I need to like get some merchandise so I can start giving them out when I actually start releasing like my music again. We're gonna do that. One of the main reasons why I haven't released anything is because, well, one, I was waiting on copyrights, and two, I was advised not to do it. A lot of people don't haven't really seen that, but I was advised not to do it. What is it? What is it? Oh, stop. Yeah, no. I really do have to go and I need to highlight all of that stuff and really like stick to what I set out there to do. To be honest, I guess because I have so many ideas on me, it's hard to focus in on one and make that one. That's just one of those things I think about a lot. But anyway, until then, I'm still going to be posting videos on here and still going to be communicating with you guys in that kind of way until it comes to a time where I can put out my music again. I just didn't want to let this much time go in between. Like I wanted to go need you and then resume right after, but it ended up not happening because of all the issues with like the studio, like our engineer and everything. We just there's a whole bunch of stuff that's always holding it back, and we keep on having to push it back. Like I released Need You before the summer, and we were supposed to release Resume at the start of the summer, and then have the EP ready and together halfway through the summer. It just didn't end up happening like that. I mean, life is all about setbacks, to be honest. Things don't happen. And I try to explain this a lot to a lot of the people around me who kind of have this romanticized idea about what life is supposed to be like. Most people don't get to. Excuse me. What did you just drop? Okay, so people tend to have this romanticized idea of what life is supposed to be like, and for most people, life does not. Life is not easy for most people. Life is all about curveballs. You're always going to have to plan 10 steps ahead, and you still might not even get, where it is that you want to go, because after you've planned 10 steps ahead, life has already moved like 20 steps. So it's just like you gotta good night, everyone. Oh, have a good night. I thought you were going to sleep. I'm like, it's kind of early. Actually, I don't even know where you are, so I can't even say that. Right now it's 7:21 here on the East Coast. So for those of you who are actually on the East Coast, I know that a couple of you are, um, but it is what it is. Good night. Um, yeah, if you. Oh no, my thing is gonna shut down. Okay, yeah, I guess I can let it shut down and save energy. Oh shoot. I just saw that it was about to shut down and it shut down on me. Damn. I was watching Merlin because I can't go an entire year without binging that, and I'm glad that it's still on Netflix. I thought that they took it down, and I think they may have taken it down, but I feel like they petitioned to get New York going to work. Well, have a good day at work then. This is late, girl. Actually, I wish I worked this late. I want to work like overnight and then go and then like sleep during the day. That would actually be ideal considering my mom works all day. It'd be cool if I could just go to work at night and then work through the night. And then, it would be a good way for us to juggle my brother, and I can do like whatever I want to do during the day. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm binging Merlin right now. I'm at the end of season 3 already. God damn. It's only been a couple of days. Like I started watching it like last week maybe, and I'm already on season like about to be on season 4. I'm like, damn. I love, I don't know why I watch Merlin so often, but it's just a show that I can always sit down and watch, like regardless of whatever is going on. Like I could just always sit down and watch it. Merlin, what's it about? It's the telling of the story of King Arthur. But from the point of view of Merlin, the wizard, except in this adaptation, it was on BBC back in like 2010 to 2012 or like 2014 or something. Um, but what was I saying? But it's telling of the story of King Arthur, but from the point of view of Merlin. But in this adaptation, he's actually like younger. You meet him first when he's like maybe in like his early 20s or something, and then um actually he may be a teenager when he first died. It's never really clear on how old he is when the actual thing starts, but he's actually the same age as Arthur at the time when he's still like a prince and Uther is still ruling or whatever, and the whole like ban on magic is going on and stuff. If you actually read like Arthurian text, if you actually read about King Arthur, you'll know about like that whole situation. So it's literally the telling of that, except from the point of view of Merlin, and of course, like kind of how instrumental he was in Arthur's like rise to power and all of that, and just all of that stuff. It's really interesting just because I don't know, I just like stuff like that. I like fantasy um and all of that. It's just, to me, I just love it, and whatever. What I love, Katie McGrath, I think is her name. She plays Morgana. She is phenomenal as Morgana. Like she just like her facial expressions really do it for me, because like she's somebody, like if you know about the story, like Morgana, she is like good turn evil, and she's like a witch, and she just oh my god, she gets into it. Like she really gets into the character, and then that's like it was weird when I saw her being like a good guy in Supergirl, because in Supergirl she plays Lena Luthor, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is different. Like I've been seeing her like this. So she starts off good in Merlin, but she turns evil because of the way that Uther, like King Uther, is like. I don't want to tell you the whole story. So if you want to, and you have Netflix, go and watch Merlin. It's actually a pretty good show. Like it's cool. It has, and it's equal like like action as like comedy. There's like a lot of comedic moments in it too. They make it like family friendly. It's like a family friendly retelling of King Arthur's story, in which like most of the characters are a lot younger than they were in the actual in the actual story of King Arthur, because Merlin technically was like old. He was like an old magician. I don't know. If you want like shows that you want to binge, that's definitely one. For some reason, I don't know what I'm gonna binge next, but I feel like it's gonna be something because I just did something new, and I always end up going something old. I binged Insatiable, which the only reason why I did is because I wanted to see Debbie Ryan curse. That, that's the main reason. That was the main reason why I started watching Insatiable, so that I could see Debbie Ryan curse. That's so bad, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. I wanted to see, because she's been on Disney her whole life, so I just wanted to see like her be in an adult role. But the show Insatiable is kind of stupid, to be honest. I never really cared too much for Debbie Ryan either. She wasn't like one of my favorite Disney stars, but I mean, she got by. She did what she had to do. But at the same time, it's just like, all right, it's moving on. But the show, I really didn't care too much for the show like that. It only has one season right now. I don't know if it's been picked up for a second one. I don't know if they're doing a second season. If they do a second season, I'll be okay with it. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. Actually, is it two seasons or do they have two seasons? I can't even remember now. All I know is that I watched the whole thing and I'm caught up to wherever they are. um there's just a lot of stupid stuff happens. It's very random, like a lot of the Netflix series. It's very random, Orange is New Black is very random. I mean, it has good storylines in it, but it's also very random. A lot of the comedic timing is just like, really, okay, that's what you decided to do with that. Okay, all right, well, I let it roll. We're gonna let it go. But hold on, I'm sorry. I'm speaking to someone who is like Lao. I didn't know that. What is some unpopular opinions you have? I'm not a fan of Camila Cabello. That's not well. Is that unpopular or is it like kind of in between? I don't even know. I'm not. Just not. Unpopular opinions. I don't like Sam Smith. And since he wants to say that he doesn't like Michael Jackson, it's a full circle situation. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Sam Smith because I've never been. I've never really been. My mom doesn't like him at all. Like she really just does not like him. I give him props, but at the same time, it's just like, nah. He's never really been my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan of Adele either. To me, Sam Smith is like the male Adele, and like they've even done this thing where they've slowed down of Adele's voice, and it was Sam Smith, and they sped up Sam Smith's voice, and it was Adele, because the two of them kind of have the same tone, just like one is deeper, the other. Although Adele can go pretty deep, but anyway, yeah, no. So those are two because I know a lot of people like Adele, so that's an unpopular opinion if I don't like Adele, right? Okay. Um, I'm just not a fan of all. It's just her voice is, and then a lot of her songs are just. Blah. I covered I covered Sam Smith. What is it? 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 Lay Me Down. I covered that song for a friend of mine who passed away. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was last year. But anyway, I covered the song, and Yeah, I had to learn that song. Of course, I put a little bit of spin to it. Lay me down tonight. Like the way his voice sounds sometimes is just like, all right. Not to say that my voice is like perfect, but you know. Blah 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 blah. I used to hate him for no reason, but I just don't care no more. I just listen to the 5 inch cover of Latch. I'm watching on to you. Dinah. Oh God, I can't be doing that. What else is an unpopular opinion? And not just in music. I'm thinking of other things too. Um, I wasn't a fan of Titanic. Like, I don't care. I don't care about Titanic. Like, I don't even know why it was a movie. I was just like, okay, all right. Like the first time I ever watched Titanic, and then like I was with my cousin, and she started crying. I was just like, "Girl, pull yourself together." I was like, "Calm down." I was just like, "No, is no." That's Celine Dion. Um, Hold on. What the hell? Does anybody know the here's an unpopular opinion, probably because just the fact that they don't really have a huge following yet. But there is this duo, this like singing duo. They're called what Sweet XO. They're from Jersey. Recently, like they follow me. I started following them, and we've been commenting like on each other's stuff and stuff. You know, it's been like pretty cool. I don't know if anybody from like the Jersey area or New York area knows who they are. It's like two. They're like, are they white? I don't even know if they're white, but they're from the Jersey area. They're from Jersey. They sound pretty good, you know. They have an EP out right now, and I was thinking about featuring it on my channel. I might do that just because unpopular opinions are sometimes the best opinions, if we're being completely honest. But yeah, so that's yeah. um, I don't know what else. Like for the most part, I feel like a lot of my opinions are unpopular just because I don't conform to what everybody else is doing. And I'm kind of a rebel socially. Like if everybody is liking something that I don't like it, like I never really cared too much for SpongeBob SquarePants. Like I just didn't really care for that show like that. There were a couple of episodes that I liked, but and I get all the references. Like most of the references from SpongeBob, I get because it was everywhere. It was always everywhere. But I was never a fan of SpongeBob growing up. I never, you know, my shows on Nickelodeon were Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents, and you know, I didn't really care about. I didn't care about SpongeBob. Like everybody, when everybody was watching SpongeBob, I was like, yeah, I'm turning to Cartoon Network. But I mean, I guess I don't know. That's just me. Ah. Arm is itching. Everybody notice like the influx of bugs everywhere? And like there are bugs literally everywhere. And I think it has something to do with all of the rain that we've been getting, at least on the East Coast. Like there's been so much rain. Like every other day it's raining like crazy. And I feel like that has something to do like that's you know that is kind of like a contributing factor to the amount of insects that are showing up, insects that I've never seen in my life. Like they're probably like from the depths of like hell or like down below the ground, like somewhere like beneath the earth's crust. Like they probably rose up because everything got wet. They probably came up from the ground and started like living on the surface and stuff. And just I don't know what it is. All I know is that like it needs to stop. Like, you know, I wake up and there's like bumps everywhere. I check my bed for bed bugs and it's not bed bugs. I'm just like, okay, so what is it? What is it then? I see this weird ass ant walking around. I'm just like, what is this? What is that? You know, and then I got myself checked out to make sure I didn't have any diseases or anything. Just like, oh, you're fine. It's just bug bites. I'm like, okay, for what? what bug though? Can you tell me the insect? Like, it's just irritating. There's mosquitoes everywhere. Everything is just crappy. There's like flying insects just everywhere. They're trying to get inside. They've been inside a lot more, and it's just like I'm over it. I'm just completely over it. The summer needs to be over. Like, the bugs need to go away. We need to get another shot at this. We need to get another shot at it because it's just too much. As I go on my rant, what's it? Okay, so I'm gonna end this at 8 o'clock. I've decided I'm gonna. Can, Sometimes when I just look at a spider, I get a bump on my arm, and it's so annoying. It's because I don't hate bugs. It's just irritating when they're like always in your face. Like, I can't go an entire day without like some type of fruit fly flying past my face, or seeing like a mosquito on the wall. Or I'm just like, what the hell is this? This doesn't make any sense at all. It's ridiculous. Hmm. What is the country that's right next to? Hold on. Laos. I was asking, like, what is the country that's like right above Thailand? That's Laos. I just met someone who, like, I follow someone on social media, and he happens to be Lao, like, he like lives in Australia, but he's of Lao descent. I was like, because of his last name, like, I thought that he was like Thai. And then when I asked him, he's like, no, I'm Lao Australian. I'm like, Lao. I'm like, okay, that's different. Like, I've never actually talked to anybody from Laos, so I'm talking to him right now. Okay. I'm sorry. When like certain people, it's not like everybody, but when certain people message me, I have to make it my mission to like text, like, to message them back. For those of you who actually follow me on social media, a couple of people actually did wish my friend Nelson a happy birthday, which is nice. It was pretty nice of you. Um, they like actually went onto his page and wished him a happy birthday. It's like, oh, that's so cool. You know, so like, if you saw my post a couple of days ago, it was on the second. It was like my best friend's birthday, Nelson. You've seen him on my social media a lot, mostly because he's like, again, my best friend. He's like the one that I talk to about everything. He's like super super understanding. Like, we just had a conversation like on his birthday. Like, I called him, or he called me back anyway. We were playing phone tag all day long because I was trying to get a hold of him so I could tell him happy birthday, like, in person, whatever. And we got into like this discussion, and I like that we can get into discussions without like it becoming like an issue. And that's why, like, he's again one of my best friends. Like, we've never had a falling out before. Even if we get into like a little discussion, it's never like we always agree to disagree. And so that's like the best thing about him, is that he's so mellow. Like, he mellows me out because I could get a little crazy, but with him, I just can't. I can't be like that. um of course, people need to stop saying that we're a couple. Like, we're not a couple. Stop that, because we've gotten that a whole lot. I guess the pictures that we take, though, I'm looking at the one now. I'm like, the pictures that we take sometimes do make it look like we are a thing. And even like people that I've dated, I've had to shut it down. I've been like, look, we are not a thing, and if you really believe that, then you know. You, anyway, um, so yeah, so we got into this discussion a little bit about oh god, what was it? We talked about so much crap. Um, because he himself is somebody who wants to understand like what black people go through. or not but because he has a lot of black friends and he also has a lot of gay friends, he wants to know like what the black experience is and what the LGBT experience is. And so we were talking a lot about it, and I actually redirected him to listen to For the Culture podcast, because he was listening to, like, he was saying that he was trying to get into a podcast. I was like, well, if you're like really open to it, listen to For the Culture podcast. You get a good like balance of both LGBT and black issues on that podcast, and they're also really entertaining. They're funny, So I'm actually going to go and visit him next weekend. So so we're gonna actually like sit there and listen to the podcast. I might actually go live on YouTube. I might go live when we listen to the podcast too, just so you can see like his reaction to the things that they say, the things that they do. But I think that would be fun. A couple of my friends actually want to feature on the channel. I haven't done a collaboration yet. I've never like brought somebody else onto the channel, and I feel like it makes it a little bit better, because I do get kind of lonely. I'm like always like by myself, unless Justin just decides to jump in all of a sudden, which usually happens on live. I'm surprised he hasn't done it this time, but he's like consumed with his game. But it would make it a lot less lonely if I did like get on here with someone else. Not to say that like, but I'm always in the camera by myself, in a room by myself, and it's just like sometimes I wish I could have the companionship of somebody else, next to me, to kind of feed off of their energy too. Um, but I've been a one man show for over a year, so I mean I'm kind of used to it at this point. Oh my God, it's been over a year. Gosh. I can't believe I started this channel last year already. It's been over a year already. I started this channel back in like March, or February or March. But that was back when I really didn't know what I'd be doing on this channel. I mean, I still don't know. There are still a lot of things about this channel that can be different. A lot of things about the channel that I wish that I could have done differently. But at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to down this path because um, it's what I like to do. I like doing these reviews. I like doing like that stuff. I like Beyond the Music now. Like that's my new thing now. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna have another one. Um, for those of you who follow K-pop, okay, tomorrow is definitely going to be a day for Girls' Generation. They have a new is it tomorrow? I'm sorry. Wait, does it say the 5th? Shoot. I don't know why. All day I thought it was Wednesday. It's not Wednesday because I'm usually off on a Wednesday, so I thought it was Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Um, Hold on. Do 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 do. I forgot what I was supposed to be looking at. Oh, uh, okay. Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow, Girls' Generation is coming out with that like they're coming back. The 5 remaining members that are actually still tied to SM, and I recorded something today to kind of represent. I recorded my intro already. I already recorded my intro. Like I had to, because while it was on my mind, I was like, oh no, this is let me record the intro right now. Sometimes I don't ever really take time out to record an intro. Usually it's like a part of the video already, or usually it's like a part of the video that I take out and I just add it to the beginning, so that's just kind of there if I find it really funny, or if I find it like whatever. But this time I had to like record like because I had to drag them a little bit. But anyway, so Girl Generation comes down. Okay, take care. But anyway, yeah, no. Girls' Generation comes back. They're subunit. Girls' Generation OGG. I don't know what really came of that. I don't know what it is. Don't ask me what it is. But anyway, they're gonna be back tomorrow. They're releasing a new song, "Touch It," or is it touch? A little touch, little touch. I'm sorry. And so I'm gonna be reacting to that video, and of course the song. Possibly if it's a mini album, then I'll possibly react to. I don't even know. And also there's another artist that I'm going to be listening to, and a lot of you have actually uh, recommended this artist for me to listen to. So I'm finally going to get into that, and I hope that I like what I hear. And if I don't, you guys know that I'll be honest about it. But anyway, it's time for me to go because honestly, I'm getting a little sleepy. I'm getting a little sleepy looking at the screen this whole time. But we had a little bit of fun. Most of it was just me ranting about social media though, so I don't know how well. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this video up for people to listen to, for people to watch, but I'll see. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this live stream. I all right, doctor. Wait, did you hear the devastating news? About what? That Aretha Franklin's funeral is way too long? Yeah, no, I heard that too. What is it doing? Hold on. You can't retract the message after bringing that up. Ouch. Justin, what are you doing? You are not touching that. Don't touch it. The PS4. I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting. Like now, I'm like I didn't close the video down. So what is it? Okay, I guess I'll wait. Just sitting here waiting. I really am sitting here waiting because now I really want to know, and I'll be mad if they actually like logged off. Hmm. What if it was just a spam? It wasn't though, because that user is somebody who's in a lot of my live streams and they comment on a lot of my stuff. So I know it wasn't a spam. Justin, go get out of the shot, please. Why are you Justin, you're gonna get crushed behind me. Can they see me now? They can still see you. Oh, now. Well now definitely. No, they can't see you now, but they can still hear you. Indian, Latino, and stop.
Do we got dessert?
No. All right, that's gonna be it because clearly they're not gonna say anything, and I'm not about to sit up here, Justin. I'm not about to sit up here and just like wait forever for them to like put something down. I thought that something actually happened. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I will leave you with this. Go. Sorry if it's hard to catch my vibe. Oh, but I've been waiting for you. Let me stop. If I actually covered that song, it would be a problem. It's not easy for someone to catch my eye. But I've been waiting for you for my whole damn life, my whole lifetime. Don't be afraid to tell me if you ain't with it. I know Love Lies is on number 9. That's why I'm singing it. Tell me where your love lies. It's the day, it's been the night. Underneath the sunrise. Tell me where your love lies. I've been doing. Let me stop. Let me stop. If I actually sang her part. Show me where your love lies. Ooh. I'm gonna put my phone up here to block his face. So, anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope everybody has a great night. Let me know what it is that you guys want me to listen to next or like review next. Stop! Because
why you annoying?
So annoying.
You think I'm annoying?
Oh,
you think I'm annoying?
Yes, right now you're being annoying.
No, I'm trying to do this, and then.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye, guys. I hope everybody has a great night. Okay. Go to bed. Let me know what you guys want for me to review in the comments or whatever have you. DM me or something. So let's just let that go, okay? Forget about everything that happened. Good night.